Italy is facing a serious immigration crisis. In recent years, the number of undocumented migrants arriving in the country has surged, reaching over 155,000 in 2023 alone. This influx of people is having a significant impact on Italy's economy, society, and culture. Economically, the sudden rise in population is straining public services. Hospitals and schools are overwhelmed, struggling to provide adequate care and education to the growing number of people in need. Socially, the competition for jobs has intensified, especially in lower wage sectors. Many Italians find it harder to secure employment, especially low-skilled Italians, because they are competing with other low-skilled immigrants. This is leading to increased tension and frustration within communities. To put it in a sentence, the challenges posed by this immigration wave in Italy are immense and multifaceted. Historically, Italy was known for its cultural and ethnic uniformity. For centuries, it was a country where people shared similar traditions, languages, and lifestyles. During the late 20th century, Italy experienced an annual influx of just around 10,000 to 20,000 migrants. However, this image has changed dramatically in recent decades, transforming Italy into a diverse society with a rich tapestry of cultures. In 2023, nearly 156,000 people arrived in Italy. The first significant wave of migration began after the fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989. People from Eastern Europe, seeking better economic opportunities, started moving to Italy. This migration wave was driven by the promise of a more prosperous life and the chance to escape political instability and economic hardship in their home countries. During the late 1980s and early 1990s, Italy experienced significant economic growth, which made it an attractive destination for migrants. In 1989, Italy's GDP grew by an impressive 11.7%, and although the growth rate slowed to 2.1% in 1990, the country maintained substantial economic prosperity. By 1990, Italy's GDP was approximately $1.17 trillion, placing it among the top economies globally. This economic prosperity created numerous job opportunities, particularly in sectors like agriculture, construction, and domestic work. Generally, and everywhere in the world, economic motivations have always been a primary driver of migration. The same thing held true for Italy. Migrants came in search of jobs and a higher standard of living, filling labor gaps in various sectors. The influx of migrants during this period brought cultural impacts as well, introducing new languages, foods, and traditions to Italian society. Italy's increasing prosperity and the segmentation of its labor market opened up specific niches for immigrant employment, further enhancing the country's appeal as a destination for those seeking greener pastures. As of 2024, Italy's population stands at approximately 59 million people. Of this, foreign citizens make up about 9% of the total population. Data from the Italian National Institute of Statistics shows that as of January 1st, 2024, the foreign resident population is 5,308,000 units. This is up by 160,000 individuals, plus 3.2% from the previous year. This demographic shift has significantly altered the social fabric of the country, bringing both opportunities and challenges. It is important that we lay this historical context as a foundation because it is crucial in grasping the full scope of Italy's current immigration crisis and its implications for the future. Italy faces significant problems due to the large influx of migrants coming to the country. It's so bad that the economy is struggling to stay afloat. Public services, including healthcare and education, are under significant pressure. Hospitals are crowded with long wait times and limited resources, making it difficult to provide adequate care for everyone. Schools are stretched thin, trying to accommodate the growing number of students from diverse backgrounds, often with different languages and educational needs. This strain on resources is causing frustration among Italians and migrants alike, as the quality of services declines and competition for these limited resources intensifies. Demographically, Italy is also facing a significant shift. The country has a high elderly dependency ratio, which was 34.3% in 2018 and is projected to exceed 60% by 2045. This means that a smaller working age population will have to support a growing number of elderly citizens. Compounding this issue is Italy's low fertility rate. which so far is just 1.302 births per woman in the year 2024. An article by the International Monetary Fund argues that this low birth rate is insufficient to maintain the population size, and this makes immigration a crucial factor in sustaining the workforce. This claim is backed up by a surprising conclusion. The unemployment rate was 8.2% in 2022, but as of May 2024, it has gradually dropped to 6.8%. You might think this is a good sign, but the drop is not because more people are finding or keeping jobs. Instead, the low birth rate means fewer people are entering the workforce, so fewer people need jobs. Despite the decline in the overall unemployment rate, Italy still faces a significant youth unemployment crisis. The country's youth, who make up a large portion of the unemployed, are struggling to find jobs. In March 2024, the youth unemployment rate in Italy was 22.8%. Most people who migrate are young, so as Italy takes in more immigrants, these young newcomers will compete with Italian youths for job opportunities. Naturally, social tensions are on the rise in Italy because of this. The competition for jobs, especially in lower wage sectors, has intensified, creating a sense of economic insecurity among many Italians. Many locals feel that migrants are taking jobs that would otherwise be available to them, leading to resentment and social friction. This perception is particularly strong in sectors such as agriculture, construction, and domestic work, where immigrants often fill essential but low-paying roles. As a result, some Italians find it increasingly difficult to secure stable employment, exacerbating feelings of frustration and alienation. These tensions are further fueled by the cultural changes that come with a more diverse population, challenging traditional Italian values and ways of life. The introduction of new languages, customs, and religious practices has led to a cultural shift that some Italians are uncomfortable with. Although this cultural diversity can be enriching, it also prompts fears around the loss of national identity and the dilution of long-standing traditions. Unfortunately, public discourse and media representation often amplify these concerns. Migrants are depicted as a threat to social unity and safety, leading to more prejudices and discrimination against them. Recent policy changes, such as the Salvini security decrees, have aimed to manage immigration more strictly. This new policy has made it harder for migrants to obtain legal status and access social services. The decrees include measures such as tightening asylum application procedures, reducing humanitarian protection statuses, and increasing penalties for those aiding undocumented migrants. Despite tightening its immigration policy, the number of migrants arriving in Italy increased in 2023. Italy experienced a 50% rise in migrant landings compared to the previous year, with over 150,000 individuals arriving. Due to the sharp increase in the number of immigrants, especially on the island of Lampedusa, where thousands of migrants arrived in a short time, Italy declared a state of emergency in April 2023 for 6 months. The state of emergency led to chaotic scenes, overwhelming the local infrastructure and resources. As a result, the Italian government introduced stricter measures to extend the detention period for migrants and ensure the repatriation of those without residency rights. These measures led to tensions between migrant communities and local authorities. The fear of deportation now discourages undocumented migrants from seeking help or reporting crimes. For Italy's future, things must change. Economically, policies need to be developed to harness the potential of migrants while ensuring that public services can meet the increased demand. They could invest in job training and language programs to help migrants integrate into the workforce more effectively, and increase funding for healthcare and education to accommodate the growing population. Socially, it is crucial to promote community spirit and solidarity between Italians and migrants to reduce tensions and foster harmony. Currently, Italy is taking some steps in this direction through initiatives such as local integration projects and community centers aimed at fostering mutual understanding. However, more efforts are needed, such as expanding intercultural education in schools, promoting joint community events, and providing platforms for dialogue between Italians and migrants to further improve solidarity and reduce tensions. Politically, the immigration issue will continue to be a hot topic, influencing elections and policy decisions. Italy must work better with the European Union and should not sacrifice itself, as other European countries also have responsibilities. In conclusion, Italy's immigration crisis is a complex and pressing issue. It presents both challenges and opportunities that require careful consideration and action. The solutions aren't easy, but it's clear that change is necessary. What advice would you give Italy? Share your thoughts in the comments.